Aminex stock surged 10% plus on Thursday after it confirmed that it had agreed a deal with Bowleven for a part disposal and a farm out of its Tanzanian assets. Aminex will sell a 25% stake in the Kilowani North Development Licence and farm out 50% in its Rovuma acreage. Aminex Chief Executive Bhattacherjee is with us now. Jay, welcome. Congratulations, because I know this is something you've been working very hard to get towards, and here you are.
Yeah.
But what do investors get out of it?
I think they get a lot out of this deal. It's something that we as management are really excited about. It presents the investors an opportunity to actually drill and develop, which is really what we're in the business for. What we think is potentially a world-class play, and with a partner which not only shares the same technical values, but is interested in the commercial upside of it as well.
Yeah. In terms of numbers, I know that Aminex will retain an operated 30.5% interest in Kilowani and 37.5% in Rovuma. Any more farm outs and disposals to come, or are you happy with this proportion?
Look, we're wide open for business. I think in Rovuma we're very happy, in particular, to be an operated partner there. 37.5% is something that's manageable for us. And it allows us still significant exposure in again, what we think is a pretty exciting basin.
Yeah, I also believe that there will be an initial cash payment of $8.5 million
Yep.
and a $5 million interest in Bowleven shares. What will Aminex do with the cash?
Well, the principle is to pay down our debt. At the end of this process, we'll be effectively having no debt whatsoever, and that's a big plus for us. It'll allow us to get ourselves in a firm situation to go after what the current markets are, which is a tough market for certain production development companies, and we'll look to exploit that. Presumably,
shareholders will have to approve the deal, though. When's that going to happen?
Well, we absolutely have to get shareholder approval for the deal. We, as a board and management, as big shareholders ourselves, will of course support this, but we have to go through the regulatory processes, and that will include a circular, which we'll announce relatively shortly.
Yeah. Okay. Something I didn't mention is the fact you've got a further $500,000, I believe, coming onto the balance sheet of the completion of the Natoya 2 well.
Yeah.
What's the plan there for that? How quickly is that going to be done?
Sure. I guess part of the excitement of this deal is that we'd be in a situation where we can start to aggressively develop that Rovuma Basin, and so I would look kind of the first half of next year, probably the first half of that first half, to get our work program and our development well starting to go down into the ground.
Yeah. Now, I said at the top that part of this deal is the fact that Aminex shareholders now own part of Bowleven.
Yeah.
How pleased are you about that part of the deal? I mean, you're now tied, I think, what, is it 9 months initially? Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. We got a 9-month lockout period with them. Bowleven's actually a story that's obviously a lot bigger than us, but not a story that's too dissimilar to what we want to get ourselves into. We shared a lot of the same synergies and values with them, in that they're a development production-based type of a company. They've got that kind of gas to power type of story, and so we're pretty happy to be shareholders of them, and we look forward to working with them.
Yeah. What now for Kilowani? Because when we last spoke, and I think the situation remains the same, you still got to get this gas license signed, haven't you?
Yeah, it's again, I mean, it's quite a frustrating thing for us in terms of the GSA. I mean, I get told by TPDC that it's coming, and it obviously hasn't yet. But the GSA, including pricing and terms, are now complete. Payment protection is something that we're working on, but I would say it's more or less complete now. We still anticipate that we're going to be exiting this year with about 30 million cubic feet a day of production.
This year, 2015.
2015, yeah,
cool.
Absolutely. So this is it's obviously something that's been frustrating for all of us, but we report what we're advised, and that's all we can really do.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. You spoke there about where you hope to be at the back end of this year. How about 2016? What's that looking like?
Well, 2016 is going to be transformational, and as I mentioned in the RNS today, we're really now transforming ourselves into a drill development production style of a company, and we'll be very much focused on that. We're looking to expand our basin down in Rovuma, have some production from Kilowani, and then obviously we'd like to be one of these companies that does start to take advantage of what is a downturn, in this, and you know, we have a strong operational team, and we'll look to expand off that.
Keep us up to date, won't you?
Absolutely.
Jay, thanks indeed for joining us. That's Jay Bhattacherjee. He's the Chief Executive of Aminex.